What is going on, peeps? Okay, so look, a lot of people are bringing to my attention. I did that video a little while back on Executive Order 13303. We know it's getting ready to expire. Some people think it's today. It's not. It expires on the 22nd. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. But a quick reminder, if you haven't already, I have Pimpy's Investment Chat. Please come join us. It's for free. I will leave a link in the description. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. And in here, we talk about all kinds of things from the Iraqi dinar to the Vietnam dong, cryptocurrencies, gold, silver, the whole 9 yards. Also, some of you really like this other group as well, which is the hidden things in front of your eyes. So if you're into conspiracy things, this is the group as well. I will leave the link in the description. Please come join us, all right? Anyways, back to what's going on real quickly in the news. So it looks like Baghdad and Kurdistan are getting ready to, I should say Iraq and Kurdistan, are getting ready to come up with settle a lot of agreements. There's a lot of issues that they are trying to attend to. We know a lot of these issues are on the UN's list as well. They want settled. So the Kurdistan's Nations Union Deputy announced on Wednesday that an agreement has been reached between Baghdad and Erbil regarding the salaries of employees of the Kurdistan region. So discussions between the provincial and federal governments are ongoing regarding salaries and several other outstanding issues. So this is good. This is really big because what's happened is Kurdistan sending them about 250,000 barrels of oil a day, and then they're supposed to be getting some salaries paid in return. So we knew that this got cut off for a little while, but it looks like it's back on, okay? So the Financial Committee unveils a law to cover the deficit and determines the nature of restoring the loans. So the Parliamentary Financial Committee revealed on Wednesday a law to bridge the deficit while determining the nature of resorting to internal to external loans. The head of the Financial Committee, Jabari, I guess that's how you say that. According to the government media, the government prepared a law form sent to the Parliament for the purpose of authorizing the financial ministry to borrow internally and externally to pay the deficit in the 2020 budget. It could be offset in the future. Okay, that makes sense to me. I mean, we know oil prices are continuing to go up, but they also need to get outside investors in there to start opening up businesses in Iraq so that they're not solely depending on the oil so much. He added that the total salaries amount to 6 trillion dinars, that is, and the state income does not exceed 1.5 trillion. Noting that there is a shortage of about 4.5 trillion a month until the salary problem is addressed and must be borrowed. Now, a lot of you are bringing to my attention, oh, the lower denominations, oh, they're secretly printing money in the over at the central bank. They're not secretly printing money. They publish every month how much money Iraq issues. It's out there for the whole world to see. As far as lower denominations, I understand there's a lot of you bringing it up to my attention that you believe it's the lower denominations. I have not seen any articles about that. So if you guys do have articles that say that, let me know, because I don't know where you're getting that information. I've not heard anything about lower denominations other than there's just rumors. That's all there is, okay? So the crisis, if it continues for 3 to 4 months, could be internal borrowing. But if it continues for the end of the year, we will need intervention from the IMF and the World Bank, which is the United States. Now, we remember that the World Bank said that they're going to cut off loaning to Iraq. Why? Because they had issues. They were unstable and a government had not been established. So let's see if that direction changed. Okay, with the aim of persuading the blocs, Hussein and others file high-ranking Kurdish delegations headed to Mashru. Is that how you say that? I'm going to catch flack from you guys over that. Okay. So anyway, a Kurdistan leader confirmed that the Kurdish delegation headed by the head of the Kurdistan region, Barzini. Okay, so we know this. They've been doing this for the last couple of weeks. They're going over there and they've been meeting. There's meetings between Kurdistan and Iraq. There's a lot of things that need to get issues that need to be settled, and that includes the reparations from the attacks from long ago. Okay. So the U.S. reports discloses Iran's reduction in escalation with America. Well, that's a good thing. That we need this to happen, and I think it has more to do with the fact that the Iranian people have been protesting like crazy. You're just not hearing a lot about it, but you can see videos on YouTube. They're still protesting, and I believe quite a few mullahs have died from the coronavirus. So very interesting. A report published by the New York Times reveals that he described a reducing escalation between Iran and America, especially in Iraq, where Tehran supported a pro-American prime minister and orders its agents to stop its missile attacks on American forces. Okay, so this is good. This looks like finally you guys were getting a little bit of stability over there in Iraq. Okay, so we need this to happen. We need the protesters to be happy, the government to be all voted in. We need the UN to go over there with the IMF and the United States and be happy. Put on some happy faces, all right? The change reflects Iran's attempt to avoid direct confrontation with the United States, which the Iranians say, according to the newspaper, may benefit U.S. President Donald Trump in the November presidential election. Yeah, I kind of feel like they probably is backwards. So, nonetheless, we've been waiting for this. We need Iran and the United States to calm things down, take their dirt away from Iraq, leave Iraq alone. There are others areas for them to bicker over, like Lebanon and Syria. Okay, so also I need to make a correction. Thanks to Nathan who caught this. I would say that Iran was running out of money. They couldn't afford their proxy fighters anymore. And then one day I added ISIS in that group of proxy fighters. That's a big boo-boo. That's not the case. Okay, because Iran does not like ISIS. My bad. Okay, so I just was talking and I said, they usually fund these proxy fighters, and especially ISIS is what I said. So that's a no-no. They do not support ISIS at all. So, okay, what's going on here? Well, okay, so this is what we're talking about, this agreement between Kurdistan and Iraq. So a source at the Kurdistan Region Council of Ministry said Wednesday that the Iraq federal government Prime Minister al-Kadhimi agreed in principle to send 40 billion dinar to finance the salaries of the employees in the region. Good. Let's get this going again. The source said that al-Kadhimi agreed in principle to send 40 billion dinars to finance the salaries of workers in the public sector and region. Okay, so good. Look, man, this guy al-Kadhimi is no joke, man. This guy is crack-a-lacking on everything. And this is what we want, and this is what we're looking for. We want to make sure that he's not only getting in there, establish his government, but we also need him to do something about the corruption, which seems to be done. He needs to calm down the protesters, which seems to be going on. He needs to get his entire cabinet in office, which he's almost there. We need the attacks from Iran to slow down or stop, which happens to be going on now. So everything seems to be lining up, okay? So what we want to watch is our favorite UN employee, Miss Blashart, going in there and be impressed by what's going on so that she can give them a good report card, okay? So let's see here. Okay, so we know about this, the Edalat, I believe is how you pronounce it. So the Council of Ministry has held its third regular session, headed by Prime Minister Kadhimi, announced on Sunday, the first day of the holiday, for a week with the impression of comprehensive curfews. Okay, so they're still doing curfews. All right, so let's see here. What else? The council discussed measures to mitigate the effects of the economic crisis on its citizens. So I also know that the UN, and as well as about 3 or 4 other countries, had sent a lot of money over to Iraq to help them with their aid in dealing with COVID-19. So look, this is really good. I'm really happy. Every day I read the news in Iraq, it's looking more and more better. And it doesn't look like it's going to take very long for these guys to just really have all their ducks in a row, for them to be the sovereign nation we knew they would be. And then finally, what we're looking for is a lift of restrictions of the Iraqi dinar on the Forex. That's what we want to see. As soon as it hits there, you can bet you're going to have a lot of speculators who are going to jump all over the dinar. Most of us already hold them. Okay, so back to this. I did a video saying, I wonder what if. So we got Executive Order 13303. We know it was signed in office by George Bush. It was then continued by Obama. And then when Trump got in office, he continued it, but he only did it for 1 year. Why? What is going on? Because here's the deal. It will expire 2 years, my bad. It will expire in 2 days. Okay, so in 2 days, what does this mean? Does this mean the restrictions will be lifted? Is that it? Are we good? The 1 year will be up. The May 22nd, does this mean the rate change will go up? That's what a lot of you are asking me. Well, that's what I put out there as a proposal. What does this mean? We know it expires. Does it have anything to do with the other? Because we know when an order was first signed was around the time that they devalued the currency in the first place. Well, not exactly on the same day, but right around that time. So what does this mean when it expires? I don't know. It was just something I noticed, and we will see what happens. Will Trump extend this for another year? Does this affect the currency rate change? We will see. So Executive Order 13303 will expire in 2 days. So in 2 days, we are going to find out what is going on with this. All right. I know you guys keep bringing it to my attention, but the truth of the matter is, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And that was my question, is what happens when this expires? That's what I put out to you guys. What do you think this means? So we will soon see. All right, you guys, because it's going to happen in 2 days. All right. Keep your fingers crossed. All right. Have a good one.